Yeah, Bob Anthony Robinson was in court today wearing his orange prison uniform. He appeared in person. Today's hearing was for a judge to determine if he should face trial, if there's enough evidence for him to face trial. Robinson is charged in the murders of Tanita Smith and Beth Redmond. People are angry, Chelsea. They're frustrated and they're scared. Just behind me in front of the courthouse, there are about 30 people holding signs and chanting. Some people driving by showing their support with a thumbs up. Other people are yelling some pro-life slogans. But for right now, it is important to remember that abortion is still legal in the Commonwealth.
It's her. Just now I'm in that question, what happened? How did she end up where she was? We were searching in the wrong area.
First tonight, we're following breaking news out of West Virginia. State police say they believe they have found the remains of Cassie Sheets, who went missing almost 10 months ago. Good evening, I'm Chelsea Church. Kyle Rogers has the night off. Police say a hunter discovered human remains earlier this week, and investigators believe the remains belong to the 24-year-old. WHSV's Kayla Brooks has been following this story all day. She joins us live now from the Augusta County newsroom. Kayla.
Chelsea, devastating news out of West Virginia today. Cassie Sheets was last seen in March while hiking in Spruce Knob. Her loved ones have been searching for her ever since. But now, even still, they're still searching for answers. I checked in today with state police and her mom for more on the discovery.
During my investigation at the location of the remains, there were some items that I located that lead me to believe that these are the remains of Cassie Sheets.
West Virginia State Police say a hunter came across human remains earlier this week. The remains were found deep in the National Forest of the northern Seneca Creek area of the Monongahela National Forest. Cassie was reported missing from the Spruce Knob area of Pendleton County.
Honestly, it feels both relief and upset for the family. It's not the outcome you want when it comes to a search and rescue type event like this.
Cassie's mom, Arlene Shelton, says even after all this time, she still had some hope.
Now I'm just remembering things and just remembering how she sang and how, she would cook and make the kitchen a mess. And so now it's just memories that make me cry. And before it was the hope that, she was going to call or text and be like, hey, Mommy, come get me. This is where I'm at. And now I don't have that anymore.
The medical examiner hasn't confirmed it, but the family believes it's her.
The clothes match her clothes, shoes match her. The keys that were with her match.
And for all the people who helped search, Arlene has a message.
I thank everybody for all their support and, and being here and the prayers. And it's meant so much to me.
There are still some unanswered questions. It's important to keep in mind that identification has to be confirmed, and investigators will continue to work to find out what exactly happened to Cassie Sheets. Live in Augusta County, Kayla Brooks, WHSV. A lot of times after catalytic converters are stolen, they're sold as scrap metal. But if you plan to sell a catalytic converter to a lot of local scrap yards, you're going to need proof of identification and, in some cases, proof of ownership. But doctors say these symptoms are not a sign of things like Tourette's syndrome, but they think our phones might be playing a part. In fact, they believe that constant scrolling on TikTok could be playing into these symptoms.
The Duke's pride is not in short supply tonight as JMU gears up for their FBS debut. The kickoff, it's tomorrow night at 6 at Bridgeforth Stadium. But as WHSV's Kayla Brooks shows us, it's not just the football team putting in the work for the first big home game of the season.
The Marching Royal Dukes is made up of 540 musicians, and they take a lot of pride in their performances.
I've talked to so many people, alumni and current students. One of the main reasons they come to the football games is the MRDs.
They say even though they have such a large audience this weekend, rehearsal has been business as usual. But with more eyes comes some nerves.
There's definitely a pressure to perform, and especially on being on a bigger stage, being on ESPN Plus, like it's a huge deal, and we're really excited to kind of show everybody what we're made of, you know.
The larger platform creates a duality in many of the musicians.
Scary. It's exciting and it's scary at the same time.
It's a little scary because the expectations are so high, but like it's also kind of cool because you're like, wow, I feel a little bit famous.
Yeah.
But they say all of the added pressure just makes it more fun.
It's a long day. It's very taxing sometimes, but you know, you got 500 plus people here right behind your back, so it's definitely worth it.
In Harrisonburg, Kayla Brooks, WHSV.
Time Halloween gets here, your jack-o'-lanterns may be looking a little sad, so maybe time to get rid of them. But just putting them in your trash is not the best option. WHSV's Kayla Brooks has how to make the most of pumpkins and gourds this fall.
Pumpkins are very versatile fruits. With some seasoning and butter, the seeds make a great snack, and the pulp can be cooked too. But once you've made the most of that, it may be time to dispose of it.
It's, you know, our choice whether to throw it in the trash can or it's our choice to throw it into a compost or in the dirt or something like that.
When you just toss your pumpkin away, it goes to a landfill, and over time it releases a lot of methane gas, which is really bad for the environment. But when you compost it over time, it's going to turn into something that looks like this, which you can use in your garden, and it's very good for the environment.
It's really scary to think about the landfill and how full it's going to become of pumpkins. So 2 billion pounds of pumpkin go in after Halloween.
If you have a backyard composting setup, the pumpkin can go in there. Even if you don't, composting is not hard.
You can, you know, dig your hole.
Burying the pumpkin puts the nutrients back in the soil.
You can put it in here, and then you can just chop it up.
Smashing or chopping the pumpkin helps microorganisms break down the material
These things
more
are the-
easily. Many farmers, especially those with chickens or pigs, may also take the fruits off your hands. In Harrisonburg, Kayla Brooks, WHSV.